Hi. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon to stay up to date with new episodes about the brightest fighters and the biggest stories in the world of MMA. Now, get comfortable. We'll tell you the story of Conor McGregor, a man who turned his name into a brand, became a living legend of MMA, and went from a poor Dublin teenager to a multi-million-dollar superstar. Conor Anthony McGregor was born on July 14, 1988, in Crumlin, a district of Dublin, Ireland, in a middle-class family, where his father worked as a taxi driver and his mother was a housewife. Conor was an active child from childhood. He was passionate about football and dreamed of playing at a professional level. As a child, he played for local clubs, especially Leeds Celtic, and was an ardent fan of Manchester United. However, everything changed when he started boxing at the age of 12. This was his first serious acquaintance with martial arts. He trained at the local boxing club, Crumlin Boxing Club, where even then he stood out for his aggressive fighting style and quick reaction. It would seem that the path to the fighting sport was predetermined. But everything turned out to be not so simple. In 2006, after the family moved to the suburb of Lucan, Conor entered a technical school to become a plumber. It was there that a key moment in his life occurred. He met Tom Egan, a future UFC fighter who introduced Conor to MMA. It was at this moment that McGregor decided to change his life. He began training at the Straight Blast Gym under the guidance of John Kavanagh. This is where his path as a mixed martial artist began. Conor made his debut in professional MMA in March 2008, having his first fight against Gary Morris. Despite modest fees and lack of stability, he continued to fight, improving with each fight. The first years were difficult: losses, injuries, financial difficulties. At some point, he even wanted to leave the sport. But thanks to the support of his girlfriend Dee Devlin and mentor John Kavanagh, he continued to fight for his dream. In 2012, Conor achieved a major success. He became the Cage Warriors champion in 2 weight classes. This was a breakthrough. He became the first fighter in the history of this organization who managed to unify the featherweight and lightweight titles. This success did not go unnoticed. In early 2013, Conor signed a contract with the UFC. In his debut fight, he knocked out Marcus Brimage and then began a winning streak that made him a real superstar. McGregor quickly became known not only for his victories, but also for his charisma. His bold statements, ability to conduct psychological warfare and explosive fighting style made him a fan favorite and a nightmare for his opponents. In 2015, he won the interim featherweight title, defeating Chad Mendes. And in December of the same year, he knocked out Jose Aldo in just 13 seconds. This is one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history. This fight made Conor world famous. In 2016, he moved up to lightweight and defeated Eddie Alvarez, becoming the first fighter to simultaneously hold 2 championship belts in different weight classes. This became a historic event in the UFC. However, the path to the top was not smooth. In 2016, Conor unexpectedly lost to Nate Diaz, and he lost by submission. This was a shock to fans, but he got revenge later that year. In 2018, he lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov in a fight that became one of the most anticipated and scandalous in the history of sports. Conor was choked in the 4th round, and a mass brawl occurred after the fight, for which the fighters received fines and disqualifications. In 2017, McGregor tried his hand at boxing. He entered the ring against Floyd Mayweather himself. Although Conor lost by technical knockout in the 10th round, he earned more than $100 million, and the fight itself became one of the highest grossing in boxing history. Outside the octagon, McGregor has become a symbol of style, audacity, and luxury. He launched his own whiskey brand, Proper No. 12, which became commercially successful. His Instagram is filled with photos of luxury cars, yachts, and travels. But there are also plenty of scandals in his life: arrests, charges, high-profile incidents in bars, and even temporary suspensions from fights. Nevertheless, fans continue to follow his career. Each of his appearances is a show. Even if he loses, his influence and media presence remain at their peak. Now Conor McGregor increasingly appears in the headlines as a businessman, showman, and producer. He has announced his return to the octagon. But so far his return has been delayed due to injuries and other projects. His story is the story of a man who went against the system. From a poor plumber to a fighter who changed the face of MMA and turned his name into a brand. He inspires millions of people around the world. Some want to fight like him, some want to earn like him, and some just want to live life to the fullest.